How's everyone doing? Justin Watching Movies here. Today we're going to be talking about the live Netflix adaptation of the anime series Death Note. Death Note was an anime series that ran in 2006 for about 37 episodes, and then it had multiple live Japanese adaptations. Netflix is bringing this live adaptation from the director of Adam Wingard, and Nat Wolff stars Light and Lakeith Stanfield plays L. If you don't know what Death Note is about, it is about a young high school student named Light who receives a notebook called Death Note, and if you write anybody's name in that book, that person will die. You can control how they die, when they die. It comes from a death god named Ryuk, and he oversees what Light is doing. Light takes on the name Kira, which means death in Japanese. L, who is kind of like a detective, suspects that Light is Kira and is the one that's causing all of these deaths. I watched Death Note just a few months ago after I finished watching Attack on Titan, and I was on an anime binge and I really wanted to watch something, so I sat down and watched Death Note. And then I learned that they were making a movie, so I was really more excited to watch the show. In this review, I'm not going to compare Death Note to the anime show because I have lots of thoughts on that. We're going to save that for a later video. So I'm going to review this as if I have not watched the show at all, because I have lots of opinions about both in comparison and contrasting them, but I'm not going to talk about the anime show. I'm only going to talk about the movie as if I have just watched this movie and nothing else. So we're going to talk about that. This is directed by Adam Wingard, who directed certain films like You're Next or The Guest, and both of those are very stylish horror films. And what I do appreciate about Death Note is how it looks and feels. It has a really good horror vibe going for it. I love the style for this movie. It's very dark and it takes place in Seattle, which is kind of my hometown area, and there's a lot of rain and it's kind of grimy looking, and that's what really Seattle is like. It's very kind of down and disgusting and rainy. So I like how they captured Seattle, and I like how they captured a horror vibe. And this is a horror kind of show with a guy writing in a book that's killing people. And this movie is very gruesome when it does capture those kills of someone getting decapitated or ran over by a truck. Whatever it is, I do think that Adam Wingard did handle the horror sense to the show very well. And I like the style, I like the look, it all looks beautiful, and it looks great to look at. And also something that's really great to look at is Ryuk, this death god who is like 8 feet tall. He's got these spikes on his back and he's hunched over. He is captured very well. We don't really get to see much of his face. We just get to see him from the back, and I think that adds like a mysterious level to him. And he is voiced by Willem Dafoe. It's perfect. It is perfect. The voice casting for Ryuk, it is absolutely amazing. So with the look of the film and the look of the character Ryuk and the voice acting, I think is top notch. Other than that, I don't think this movie is too satisfying for me. This movie is 1 hour and 41 minutes long, and it is trying to cram 37 episodes into this movie and a large source material into this movie. And unfortunately, it moves at a very quick pace, and certain motivations and clues and suspects do move really fast. In the early parts of the movie, we have Light who discovers this book and he starts writing these names down, and then he eventually tells a girl that he likes that, hey, I'm killing people, and he shows her Death Note and she gets involved as well. And that's an issue for me right off the bat, is why would you tell someone that you're killing a lot of people? It seems like you would really want to keep that private. And so I had a real big issue when he revealed to this girl, Mia, that he was using the Death Note and this is what it's like. And so they established this relationship, and I do think that she is very needy. She's very greedy. She always kind of wants to be better than Light when it comes to the Death Note, and he has this mindset of it's only against people who are criminals, and she just wants it to be for everybody, even as people who are suspecting them of writing the Death Note. So she is a very greedy character, and she's very needy, and she's very disinteresting. I didn't find her character to be very interesting at times. I didn't find me enjoying her character. There was a lot that I just did not like about her character. As her and Light are writing these names in the book, we do get introduced to L, played by Lakeith Stanfield, who also played in Get Out. And he is in another country and learns that someone named Kira is causing all these deaths. and he quickly has the assumption that this person is just using the name Kira and we should be looking at other parts of the country. I think it's in Seattle, and he quickly goes to Seattle and assumes that this person is in Seattle, and then quickly assumes that the person is part of the police force, like their family, and then quickly assumes that it's Light. That all happens so fast. It all happens really fast, and it doesn't allow for any time for L to like do some researching and come to conclusion that it might be Light. There is no building that up at all. It's just quickly assuming that Light is Kira, and that is it. Light, I guarantee that you're Kira. There's no building up to it, and it all happens at a very quick pace that I just kind of lost interest in throughout. Light was a mixture of a good character and a bad character at times. He was very headstrong and, believed that he should be doing it for the right reasons of killing only criminals. Then also times where he was very afraid of using it, so his emotions and his characters did fluctuate a lot, with it being, I'm someone who's very weak when it comes to using the Death Note, to someone that's very strong using the Death Note, so his character was kind of unbalanced at times. I found the last scene to be very similar to other parts of the show, which I did like, but most of the show I just found it to be kind of quick, and there's not a lot of development in the characters, relationships. L assuming that Kira is Light. There's a lot of assumption that's not really backed up, and he just says it for the sake of him being a really great detective. We're supposed to believe that. I need something to be backed up on. I need you to have actual hard evidence. There's not a lot of that, and it just all moves at a very quick pace. The film was great to look at. I liked the character of Ryu. I like how he looked. I like the voice acting by Willem Dafoe. It was perfect, but overall is a mediocre adaptation. I wonder if I have not viewed the Death Note anime show, if I would have different opinions about this movie. But right now, I'm gonna go ahead and give Death Note a C-. Have you guys seen the new live adaptation of Death Note on Netflix? If you have, what do you think about it? Comment down below with your thoughts on the film, good or bad. I'm ready to hear it. You guys are the best as always. I like to give you guys a reminder that I'm doing a giveaway on my channel. I'm giving away 2 Funko headquarters exclusive Funko and Dorbs. These are only exclusive to the Funko headquarters shop in Everett, Washington. If you guys click on the video down below, you can figure out how to win those. You guys are the best as always. This is Just Watch Movies, and you stay classy, YouTube.